Definite merit in that. I mean, there's no question about it. The hard part is, the difficult part is that we don't have that data accessible. So if you can get a trailing return data point from a fund house, it's available on aggregator websites, it's available on several online medium. If you could have a rolling return data available, readily available, then you could do a lot of work around it. So one of the options is, yes, of course, you can know that what is the probability of losing money or making money in equities over an X period of time. There's another thing that you could do is you can also evaluate the consistency of a fund performance. What has been the consistency in giving an X return in different time frames. So it's a very, very good qualitative data. The only issue is where do you get it from?
Where do you get it from?
And if you are supposed to sit down and make this, fair enough. It is not a very difficult exercise that you can do it if you wish to. Just that, there are so many data points and so many, different comparisons that you would want to do, that it becomes difficult to sit down and do it yourself all the time.
Maybe an ecosystem at some point of time could get developed wherein advisors could get the data from fund houses on specific schemes, on the rolling returns for various funds, and maybe clients can get it from their advisors. So maybe that's one way to do it. Frankly, if you can calculate the rolling return concept yourself, then you're looking at mutual funds in a very deep fashion. You may not need an advisor, but for all of you who do not understand concepts like this and want to invest in funds, maybe going through an advisor is a better route. However, as promised, we have one eminent advisor on the show today to try and talk about some queries. And for all the queries that have come to us before the show, let me try and take some. We'll also request Harsh to try and respond to some of the queries that are coming in live during the show as well over the course of the next 7 days. But let's start off with the queries, Harsh. And Sagar Shetty is the first query. On Twitter, he's written to us, and he wants to plan a long-term investment for his daughter's higher education. Who is the future? What's the right way to go about it? A pure equity fund or a balanced advantage fund?
So, well, the good part is that the child is 1 year old and you're actually planning for a higher education, which is 20 years from now. So clearly it's a straight off a winning situation, because a smaller, even if you invest small amounts of money over a period of time, it's going to compound and become a really large amount. So with a less amount of investment, you can really gain a lot. The concern is, of course, given the current market volatility. So if you're investing for 20 years or a 15 or a 20-year time horizon, you really need not worry about what's happening in the last 6 months from now, right? So equity, whether pure equity funds or a balanced advantage fund, let's not get into all that. Let's